So guys, I'm sure you've all seen and heard the news as to why I'm not fighting on December the 18th now. Just thought I'd come in here and tell you myself. Training camp couldn't have gone any better for me for the first week, 2 weeks. But then I contracted a bacterial chest infection, which led me go to the gym and just not being able to breathe. You know, I was in my sparring sessions, pad work sessions, whatever it may be, just not being able to breathe and coughing up huge amounts of phlegm all the time. It led me to sleepless nights. And that went on for about 4 weeks because I had the mindset of, I'm going to keep training, I'm going to get through this, I'm going to have the fight no matter what. And 4 weeks passed and we decided to have a sparring session, and I took a little clip to the body, and because my body was so weak due to the virus inside of me, I instantly knew something wasn't right. I was throwing up from the pain, I was doubled over. I literally got my bag and went straight to the hospital, straight for an MRI scan, and I got the results back the same day, and the results uncovered that I had a clean break in my rib. I'm going to insert the picture here so you can see for yourself. And I had multiple fractures. I still, for the following week thought, do you know what, you'll be fine, I can fight. And then it really, it took the doctor and my whole team to really say, listen, you've got a broken rib and multiple fractures here, like you can't fight. And even now sitting here filming this video, it hasn't really sank in that I'm not fighting. All my focus is on right now is getting a new fight date set and recovering. That's all I can do right now. I can't do anything else apart from get my body right as quickly as possible and look for a new fight date with Jake Paul. There's no other fight that I want out there. That's the fight that I want next. And like I said, guys, I'm just going to recover now and hopefully we can work out a new date for next year. Finally, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supported me throughout the whole training camp. Obviously, everyone's going to have their own opinions about the situation and what they think, but there is nothing, when it comes down to it, I can do about being medically unfit to fight. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you very soon.
What's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe and lick off the bell. Wow, what can I say? You know what, I don't even know where to start on this one. I'm truly done with this sport. I'm sick of the lack of accountability, full stop. Yeah, all these funny style media guys run around sucking off the Furies. Yeah, John Fury gets to say what he wants. Anyone else, yeah, would have been fully cancelled. Now, I'm not saying that people should be cancelled, but listen, the point is, I had no problem. Yeah, you didn't hear me talking no videos about cancelling. But the reason I get frustrated and the reason these people should be cancelled is because since when? I've got no problem with you talking the greasiest. In fact, I was encouraging it. Last week when people were saying, oh, John Fury said awful things, I said, listen, as long as you turn up and get in there and back up the things you were saying, I ain't got no problem. Where I do have an issue, where you should be cancelled, is when you rock up, talk the greasiest. Oh, we're going to have a go on. We're going to have a go on your wife, and oh, I'm going to hang at the back of you. Oh, when you talk that kind of talk, that means you must turn up. Otherwise, what are we doing here? Otherwise, what's the point of having a personality? You should lose the right, aka you should be cancelled if you talk rubbish and don't turn up in this game. This isn't the social media YouTube game. Well, tell like it is. Because guess what? We got certain individuals like Jake Paul, the JP. He playing boxing for real. Yeah, he talked the talk and he walked the walk. But we should have known, really. We should have known, Mr. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. We should have known reality TV reject Timmy Fury, yeah, Timmy Fumbles, was going to bottle it. And I can't even lie to you. You heard the guy here gassing the place up. I mean, they even had to edit the video. Did you see? Can you believe it? They were editing the video. That's how or ungenuine this video was. Yeah, and they even wheeled out IFL TV shilling that, oh, Tommy Fury posts MRI scans. What? He didn't post no MRI scans. He made an edited video where he talked about how he hurt his ribs. Oh, and I had the flu. Which, I'm sorry, that for me is way too much of a coincidence. Now, I've got a video coming soon, but I'm pretty sure I've got another video coming soon, but I'm pretty sure you man remember. It was only a week ago. Your man Tyson Fury was saying, oh, giving it the big one as usual. Yeah, Timmy Fury would knock out Jake Paul even if he had a broken rib and even if he had the flu. And now you want us to believe that you've really got a broken rib and you've really got the flu. Nah, I'm sorry, that's not how these things work. And for me, again, I've got more videos coming. Now, you've already got Team Fury people shilling. Oh no, it was that video. It was that video where he was using the medicine ball. Listen, anyone, who's had a cracked rib before, when you crack a rib, it's instant. Now fair enough, let's say he was doing that crazy medicine ball drill and all of a sudden you see Timmy Fury kind of bending over in pain. That would have been a better one, and in fact I wouldn't be surprised if you see a video soon, a reenactment. Yeah? But anyway, the bottom line is, there's nothing wrong with the guy's ribs. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with the guy's ribs, and there's nothing about the flu. Plenty of other fighters have turned up and fought before. Even Jake Paul himself had a broken nose. I mean, you've seen his video. Well, you know what, I'm going to cover that in another video this week. But listen, Jake Paul's already come out and said he had his elbow bust last time, he had his nose bust. And that's why I'm not taking it no more. People who say, oh, Jake Paul's not real. Jake Paul is the realest boxer in the world. That's the bottom line. Because I don't know no one, who has their dude pull out and 2 weeks later they've got a top replacement straight in. Tyron Woodley. Who doing that? 4 fights in, no one. So from now on, in my opinion, Jake Paul is in a league of his own. He's above, in tell a lie, I'd say he's right now on par with Canelo Alvarez. That's it. He's on par. Because he's 4 fights in and he taken top opposition on 2 weeks notice. But anyway, I've got plenty of videos coming talking about the JP, because every day he goes up in my estimations. Yeah, it made me laugh. All these years we've heard people saying, oh, Jake Paul needs to fight a real boxer. In fact, for the last few months I've heard, oh, Timmy Fury's going to do this. Timmy Fury's going to do that. Oh, Jake Paul would never go in there with Timmy Fury. Oops. Your man Timmy Fury has shit himself. And I called it, truth be known. I said, listen, the pressure that Tyson and John Fury have put on him is going to break him. Now, I've got to be honest, even I gave him more credit than I should have done. I should have known, to be honest. I'm quite, to be fair, I haven't really been active on this topic in the last few weeks, but I reckon if I'd have been on my game, I'd have seen this coming. Because there's no way. I mean, have you seen him fight? He went 50-50 with a sparring partner. Yeah? Now, Timmy Fury, he's got the big mouth. He likes to talk a big game. He likes to talk like his name's Tyson Fury 2.0. But he ain't got the back end. His back end went flapping. Yeah? His back end fell out. It's embarrassing. And this for me is the worst case scenario, because it's one thing getting beat in the ring. It's another thing flapping. Oh, and by the way, now again, I'm going to cover this in its own right, but for me, personally, Jake Paul should never fight this bum. Ever. That's it now. He's done. No more wasting people's time. Jake Paul needs to forget about this goofy dude. No rematches, no rescheduling. He's done now. He had his opportunity and he shit himself. Yeah? Because I'm going to expose, in fact, in this video, I'm going to expose how we know Timmy Fury is lying. Well, in fact, let's start there right now. How do we know Timmy Fury is lying about his rib and about his flu? Number one, I've spoken to people who have had their ribs broken or fractured, and guess what? You can barely breathe. Never mind sit there, and did you hear the way he was talking? He weren't talking like he had a bust rib. He's sitting up straight, he's talking fine. Nothing wrong with the guy. He didn't even sound like he had the flu. He sounded like a guy, I mean, for example, I remember, when I was a child, and if I didn't want to go to school, he'd kind of put that low tone voice on. Oh, I'm sick, mum. That's what he sounded like in the video. He weren't sick. Nothing wrong with the guy. Yeah, he's fresh. His back end flapped. I reckon. In fact, not reckon. I know what happened. Yeah, 2 weeks out, and the pressure of the event became real. He realised he's going to have to walk out there in front of the world and actually perform. It's one thing signing contracts, it's one thing talking on Instagram, it's one thing wheeling yourself out on reality TV, it's another thing going in there and gloving up with someone who, listen, the JP's been there time and time again. People don't appreciate us lot, who sit there talking on the internet. Most of us have never been in a fight, that's a fact, in terms of actual boxing fight. And never mind, in fact, none of us have been in a boxing fight in front of the world, in front of 20,000 people. It's not how you think it is. And best bit, I mean, look at Timmy Fury, look how he flapped. He flapped against Anthony Taylor. And then the bit that got me was, after he flapped against Anthony Taylor, Tyson and Timmy, they both tried to spin it and say, oh no, we was playing possum. We knew that Jake Paul wouldn't take this fight if we knocked him out. But you just pulled out. So you spent all this time and all the goofy Tyson and Timmy Fury fans talking about, oh, Jake Paul this, Jake Paul that. Oops. Your man pulled out. Oops. Where are you at? I thought you was talking about playing possum. So wait there. How much playing possum could you possibly have been doing now your back end's flapped? Because your own brother said that you'd knock him out with a flu or with a broken rib. So what happened to that? Yeah? What happened to that? I mean, it was only two... And this is the thing. And this, I'm going to tell you now how we know for a fact he's lying. Well, Timmy Fury, only a few days ago, was posting talking about Spartan. And Jake Paul said that he found out they're pulling out on Friday. It's now Tuesday. So that was 4 days ago. 4 days ago, they pulled out. And it was only 2 or 3 days before that, they had the press conference, remember? Yeah? John Fury was talking all that thing last week. And then they pulled out on the Friday. How does that make sense? Yeah? You was just fine. You was just fine on the press conference. You was A-OK in the press conference. So when exactly, 2 weeks out, have you broke a rib? He ain't broke no rib. He just fine. He flapped. And in fact, Jake Paul's even exposed how another reason we know he's lying, because he said he was lying about his mum being ill. Yeah? He didn't want to fly out. Now that there is a classic tactic. When people don't fly out, it means they've got no intention of actually doing the fight, if that makes sense. Because think about it. That press conference was supposed to happen 3 weeks before the fight. Well, think about it. If Timmy Fury had any intention of actually fighting, he would be in America for the last month. You don't, if you got, ideally, you don't fly out a week before and have to deal with jet lag. You get there within, I mean, ideally you get there a month before. Really, bear in mind as well, people, Sugar Hill, who is meant to be Timmy Fury's trainer for this camp, don't forget that about 6 weeks ago, Sugar Hill and Jake Paul had a press conference. Sugar Hill's in the US, so he was supposed to be out here anyway. I think Sugar Hill said, oh yeah, he's going to do half in the UK, half over here. Well, half is a lot more than 3 weeks, or is at least 3 weeks. So why hadn't Timmy flown out? I'll tell you why. He had no intention of coming out. Yeah, his back end has flapped. He is a whopper. And he's an embarrassment. He's not a boxer, and that's another thing as well. I don't want to hear no more about this, oh, Jake Paul needs to do this, Jake Paul needs to do that. No. Your funny style boxers need to show up. Because boxing right now, like I said, listen, end of the day, Jake Paul is at the top of boxing. If you don't like it, do something about it. Because guess what? Your boxers, what are they doing? Yeah? What are they doing? Where they at? Where are they? Because they ain't turning up. All this easy money, allegedly. Oh, easy money this, easy money that. And it's a YouTuber. Where's Timmy at? Where's the guy who's been doing this for 20 years? If anyone should have been pulling out, it should have been Jake Paul. Oops. He there. And like I said, not only is he not pulled out, he's bringing in Tyron Woodley on 2 weeks' notice. Who doing that? Timmy Fury, ain't Timmy Fury going life and death with Anthony Taylor? And that's why, in my opinion, yeah, from now on, if Timmy Fury wants this fight, he should have to beat Gibb, or better yet, no, scrap that. If I was Jake Paul, yeah, I'd tell Timmy Fury, Timmy, if you want this fight, you're going to have to beat Tyron Woodley. That's it. Because you've pulled out, you've fucked with the money, you've fucked with all the organisation, and therefore, if you want this fight, you're going to have to build some clout for it, if that makes sense. In as much as, if you beat Tyron Woodley, that there, it makes a storyline. If you ain't, then you can keep going along your crap reality TV career. Yeah? Because we ain't doing no more freebies. Jake Paul blessed you with a freebie opportunity. Yeah? An opportunity to have a go at the king. And look what you did with it. You flapped. And I can't, to be honest, we can't even be mad at Timmy because too much pressure. He ain't built like that. He all pretty. Look at him. Calvin Klein. Yeah? People like Timmy Fury, they're built for Calvin Klein. They're built to stand there and have weird, creepy photo dudes play with them. 100% in front of behind the camera. Yeah, them dudes are meant to get their Calvin Kleins on, and creepy industry dudes are supposed to be touching the parts, and they're supposed to stand there and suck it up and smile. That's what they're made to do. They ain't made for no substance, as we found out. Because guess what? When Mr. Calvin Klein, when Mr. Action Man, when Mr. Kendall, when it came to it, when the universe was about to test Mr. Kendall of how much substance he was made of, yeah, there ain't no substance. He floppy. He flapped. And I mean, look, just watch the video. It's got flap all over it, and the fact they edited it, it's shocking. Oh, another thing as well. I've got another video coming soon, but check this. Your man Timmy Fury turned off his comments. Yeah, so for all this time, for the last 4 weeks, when he's been posting all of his fruity things about Jake Paul's only got 2 days left, and Jake Paul's got 2 weeks left, and this, that, the other. But now, he's flapped all of a sudden. And like I said, all of Tyson Fury's friends, yeah, when Timmy Fury would post, all of Tyson Fury's friends would be like, yeah, bro, you're gonna get him, bro, shut him up, bro. But now he's flapped. Timmy, why you turn the comments off? I thought you and all of Tyson's friends were having a right laugh. Yeah? I thought you was all, team this, what happened to Team Fury? What happened to that? What happened to Team Fury when your back end went and you're nowhere to be found now? Oops. So from now on, the Furies are banned from talking rubbish until fight night. That's it from now on. I don't want to hear about no more talking. You're banned from it. John Fury, Tyson Fury, and Timmy Fury. Until fight night, nothing is allowed to come out of your mouth, because you talk and then you run off. That's not how things work. That's not fair. Yeah? You can't steal the JP's get back. The JP was planning on knocking you out and then riding Molly all the way home. Yeah? But now he can't. You've blue ballsed him. How dare you, Timmy Fury, give my dog the JP blue balls? Who do you think you are? You big action man looking ass. You big Kendall wannabe. Calvin Klein. That's what, and like I said before, what you need to do is knock this boxing on the head, because you ain't built for it, Timmy. We've seen it. You're a flapper. What you're built for is going to Calvin Klein photo shoots and having some weird creepy dude pinch your bottom. Yeah? And in fact, never mind pinch your bottom. Yeah? 100% blow your bottom out. That's what you're, listen to me. You're made for going to Calvin Klein underwear shoots, and some next creepy photographer don is bending you over the desk. Yeah? That's what you're made for. You're a taker. Because you ain't giving no one nothing. Apart from your booty. That's the only thing you be giving. Is some next creepy photographer, some next creepy Calvin Klein photographer don your backside. That's it. You ain't giving nothing else. You ain't giving no knockouts. Your brother talking about, I can't wait to see Timmy Fury knock out Jake Paul. Oops. What happened to that? Oh, well, I'm a Calvin Klein model, and my rib, and wow, you're goofy. So from now on, bottom line is no trash talking from the Furies, and besides, they're finished. Yeah, their name's mud now. Good for nothing. In fact, all their name is good for is running and talking, because it ain't good for fighting. They fight once in a blue moon. It takes 5 pullouts to get 1 fight. That's not how careers are supposed to work. How can you have more pullouts than actual fights? Nah, I'm sorry, that can't work. You big goofy Kendall.